Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, podcast world. It is 12/13/2020 at 6:51 a.m. and I'm just here to talk about today gravity. Like, what do you know about gravity? Like, the reason why I'm talking about gravity is because I'm here to help you understand and probably think outside the box maybe a little bit or whatever, and think about how waves, how things in your life weigh upon you, and how gravity is the cause and the effect of that. Like, okay, if you're into science, you understand that every planet has its own gravity. So you understand that the moon has less gravity than the Earth. And if you go further from the sun, you have less gravity. So that means that Mars has less gravity than the Earth. And so on and so forth, or whatever, however it all works, But you do understand the concept of gravity. And that is how you get your weight, your mass, what you are today. Because you're not going to weigh the same on the moon that you are on the Earth. I'm trying to get you to understand something here. That when you're dealing with what's weighing you down, your gravity, that it's not as bad as somebody else's gravity. Somebody else is what's weighing them down. Now, if you were to alter your gravity of the situation and see it for what it is, time that you spent dealing with the thing that's weighing you down, when if you really want to release some pressure, release some gravity, you got to release and get some free time. Time is probably the most precious what's the word? Most precious quality. I can't even say it right. It's the most precious thing that you can have. Quality. Anyway, valuable time is the point of what I'm trying to say. It might not be coming out right. I might not be saying it correctly. It's early in the morning, so maybe later on it'll come to me. But you don't want to waste time. You don't want to build up and over-compound your gravity. You want to be on the move. Man, you want to be on the move. You want your mass to move. You want to transcend. You want to go to the next level. You want to go from point A to point B to point C and back to point A. You want to do that. Like, I want you to understand that that's what you need. You need to move. And once you start moving, you build up enough speed, then that whatever object that you are moving, it becomes a force of nature. You understand what I'm saying? Do you feel where I'm coming from? I don't know if you feel where I'm coming from today, but if you take the mass that you are and build up speed with that mass, and you keep it going, keep it pushing, you become a force of nature. Like, hear me when I say that you become a force of nature. If something big enough comes at you fast enough, they're going to move out the way. Are you hearing me? You're not hearing me. You're not understanding me. I don't know if y'all feel me or what, but listen to what I am saying. If something big enough comes at you fast enough, you are going to move out of the way. Your enemies are going to move out of the way. Because if something big enough, something fast enough, becomes a force, that whatever is in front of that force that is moving, then the thing in front of you or that force is going to move out of the way. And if it doesn't move out of the way, you know what's going to happen to it? It will be destroyed. It will be plowed down. It will not withstand the force. It doesn't matter. Now, let me go back and say it like this. It doesn't matter the size. It's something, if a movement starts, it doesn't matter if it's small. If something small enough starts moving fast enough, that's a force. And when that force is coming at you, it's either going to go through you, or it's going to move, the thing on the other end of that force is going to move out of the way. Like, understand me now when I say this, that if something big or small builds up enough speed, it becomes a force. And if that force, if something gets in front of it, it's going to go through it. And once you go through it, you'll come out on the other side, and you'll still be a force. That force will not stop. As long as you don't stop, it won't stop, because you are that force. You become the force that you need to become. Now, you don't have to worry about gravity weighing you down, because you're moving. You're a force against nature. You're going against gravity. You're going against all odds. You're going against everything that you need to go. All you had to do was start moving. Do you feel what I'm saying? You're not feeling me. I don't know if you feel me today. If you start moving, then once you get up enough speed, can't nothing stop you. And that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. I feel like once you get going, once you pick up enough momentum, once you pick up enough speed, you become a force, and not even gravity can pull you down. Like, nothing can stop you once you get to that point where you are a force. And if something gets in front of you, you go fast enough, you can go through it. Now, I don't know if you've ever watched I'm going to say The Flash. The Flash moves so fast. Hear me. The Flash moves so fast that he can go through a solid matter, a brick wall, or a person, or whatever. So once you get the movement going, and you get to the point where you go faster and faster and faster and faster, then you can go through anything. You can make it through anything. You can withstand anything. I'm just letting you know that there's no obstacle that you can't go through once you get to the point where you become a force. And then you don't have to worry about the things that weigh you down, like gravity, and you don't have to worry about the other forces of nature that are trying to come up against you, because you are a force yourself. So I'm telling you today, you got to start moving. You got to start moving. You can't just sit still. You can't just do nothing. Because like they say, faith without works is dead. It's not going to work out. It's not going to happen. You keep believing it. You keep believing it. And then you keep working it. That's where you pick a little speed. Oh, yeah. Choo, choo. You feel it. You know what I'm saying? More powerful than a locomotive. You feel it. You feel that force coming. You feel it. Just like if you were trying to putt somewhere, you pull your head way back and then you swing with all your might. got that force. And sometimes that's what it takes. It takes you to have that force and to be forceful and to stand and to go and to run and to pick up speed and go against gravity. Gravity is what's holding you down. Gravity is what's making you heavier and sit in one spot and you know. But once you get to going, hey, just keep going. Don't stop. Don't look back. I promise you. Sometimes that's what it takes. It takes you to start moving. You've got to start somewhere. You've got to start. Let today be that day. Today is the day. And I don't know what you think or what you believe, but I'm giving it to you in science as best I can. You know, I'm telling you now that from a science standpoint, and you can do, even if it's theory, which is hope, you know, faith. I feel like you take it in theory. When they say theory, anytime someone say theory, you think of faith. You know, you take it on faith, and to actually try it. And then when you go from there, you just keep moving. You got to start somewhere. Like, the starting point to the finish point. You got a starting line, you got a finish line. And it don't matter, because life is a marathon. It's not a race. It's not trying to get there the fastest. It's not that. There's times where you got to run faster than others. There's times where you got to walk it out. I've never ran a marathon, but I hope to God that before I pass, that I'm able to say that I've run some kind of marathon. It doesn't matter if it's a 5K, a 10K, or whatever K, or, you know, I read books and I've read them talking about the feeling that they've gotten from, you know, training and running in a marathon, and things that I wish that I did more of are like reading books, running, you know, things that most people aren't doing on a regular. And then once you get older, you know, you might have done it in high school. You could have been a mile runner, and now, you know, you get older, you don't run anymore. Running ain't something that you just say, oh, I want to do this as a leisure activity. You want to get home and watch some TV. You want to get home and play the game. You want to get home and watch some Netflix or something. And the older we get, the bigger that spare tire that we have around our waist is getting, you know. I see people and they got the waist trainers and stuff, and you know, figuring out ways to make it happen, make it work. But I just want to be able to move. You know, at the end of the day, I want to be able to move. Like the song say, I like to move it. I like to move it. Physically fit. You know, that's when I hear that song, and I be thinking about, oh man, that Madagascar. That's what it's on, and I'll be like, that's one. Like, listen to that song every now and again as you start your day. I always recommend positive energy songs. I used to listen to before I went to work or on my way to work or when I got to work, the I Gotta Go to Ticket song. I listen to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I listen to songs that, you know, give me positive energy. And whatever that may be for you, you know, these are songs to me that give me, you know, positive energy. Just think about it with the words. Like, take the words and be like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, I mean, a lot of Disney songs will do it for you. I'm not gonna lie. I'll listen to some Disney songs all day long and be like, oh yeah, this is great. I feel like some of those Disney songs are just so, you know, low-key spiritual breakthrough songs, and, you know, you gotta feel it. Now, I thank y'all for tuning in appreciate y'all. I drop podcasts whenever, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have a designated time. I don't have a set schedule, but I also stream on YouTube. I stream on Twitch. I even have Facebook that I'm gonna start posting, you know, in my page more often. I'm trying to be more, you know, trying to organize and be more consistent to where I podcast twice a day. You know, I wake up in the morning and do it. Then, you know, later on, and maybe even 3 times a day if I can get it down. If I can get to the point where I'm on here talking 3 times a day, that'll be great. And I'll just go from there, because some of the stuff that I say, like today, I felt what I was saying. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about, but I had watched this episode of Superman this morning, the cartoon movie, and just, I don't know, just some of the stuff that I get, that I be talking about, just comes from you know, just sitting there thinking, and you never know what you're going to talk about. You never know what it's going to be about. You never know what's going to happen. So I thank y'all. I appreciate you. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the links in my description. Yeah, if you're interested in making money, I got affiliate links down there that, you know, that. And I'm starting a movie list. You know, you got book list or whatever, which, again, I'm very into movies, and I feel like some movies have been way more influential than others, especially like scenes in the movie. There are probably like scenes in the movie that be like, yeah, that's way more influential than, you know, anything else that I've ever done. Like, take The Matrix with the red or blue pill, you know, what would you do, right? Some cases. I like the movie The Invention of Lying. Like I say, because just to think about people telling the truth. The reason why I thought about that movie was I was watching Wonder Woman earlier. I'm a big superhero fan, you know, DC, Marvel, because I was watching Marvel yesterday and I started watching DC this morning. And Wonder Woman's whole lasso of truth, it's probably the greatest power, greatest tool in her arsenal, I'll say. And just imagine, sometimes I'll be like, I wish I had one so I could tell myself the truth, you know? I want to know, you know, some people out there are compulsive liars. They want to lie. I just want to tell you the truth. I just want to know that I'm being honest, I'm being real, you know, in some cases. And even, like, I feel like if I had a bracelet that I could put on people or whatever, it's just like they say, true serve or whatever. So, and I've been in a situation where I was drinking, got drunk, you know, and they say a drunk man tells no lies. So, you know, it's like that. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and like, just, you know, keep it real. And thank you for tuning in, and peace. Hello, YouTube world. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop hot content like this. And stay tuned for the next video.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.